I'm going to see a friend in Orlando, hopefully while I'm here in Florida, who I put onto cryptocurrency. And just last year, he made over $1 million. This it's just unbelievable. And here's the thing. You don't need to know anything about trading. You don't need to know how to read the charts. It helps if you do, but you don't need to. All you need to do is look for the new currencies that are actually backed by decentralized DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, backed by technology that is promising.
What is a DAO?
So a decentralized autonomous organization, for me to put it in simple terms, I use an example of an app called Around the Block. It doesn't exist. It's all hypothetical. But I called it Around the Block because, it has a double meaning. It's built on the blockchain, and it's also like an Uber-based app where your driver's waiting to pick you up. He's just around the block. Or he's going to take you around the block, whatever. So picture an Uber-style app. The developers build this technology, and they make it a totally free market. There's no company in the background running things, pulling levers, regulating things, regulating what you're allowed to charge, marking up the prices. Instead, they create a token. They call it DriveCoin, DC. So now, in order to use this app, in order to transact in this economy, you have to purchase DriveCoin first. When you pay a driver, you're paying them in DriveCoin. You're not paying them in USD. You're not paying them in your local native currency. You're paying them in the token. It's just like when you go to an arcade. You can't put money in the machines. You got to first exchange your money for a token. And then you take those tokens and you put them in the machines. You see, cryptocurrency works the same way with DAOs, a decentralized autonomous organization. It's decentralized. Means it's not centralized on any given server. It's it's a decentralized peer-to-peer network.
So that's all you need to create your own altcoin.
So yeah, you can create an altcoin. There's numerous ways to create an altcoin. But then how do you add value? There's a lot of scams in altcoins. I'm not saying you can't make money. You can't make money with a shit coin because people do it every day. They pump and dump.
Shit coin. That'd be funny. You should make one called a shit coin.
Right. Well, people call shit coins like any. I would say like half of the new tokens, the new altcoins that come out, are shit coins. People might have a good idea, but in theory it sounds good, but in practice they don't know how to really build the tech behind the idea. So all they got is a white paper. They put out a white paper, they build a fancy website, and they sell you on the idea of what it could be. And a lot of times it's a scam. A lot of times it never happens.
Most of them, like Litecoin and Ethereum, they're all just spin-offs of Bitcoin. BTC, right?
Right. I mean, Bitcoin kind of planted the seed.
Right.
It definitely paved the way and educated people on the blockchain technology. So, like, back to Around the Block, to understand that what a decentralized autonomous organization really is, picture the developers build this technology. They're not building a company. They're not forming a C corporation. They're not incorporating at all. It's no government recognized entity, at all. Instead, they build this technology and they allow you as the driver, or you as the rider, you as the person who uses the app, to choose what you're willing to do and who you're willing to transact with. You as the driver get to set your own rates. You get to choose what you share. You want to share your driving history? Link it with the government API if it exists. If it doesn't, it should. Link it with your criminal background. Post pictures of your car. Post pictures of yourself. Share as much as you want to, or don't share anything at all. And it's really free market. People transact with the people they want to do business with based on their credibility and their believability, not based on, not based on anything else, not based on who the government says you're allowed to do business with or whatever. So let the drivers, if you charge $100 a mile, of course I'm not going to hire you to drive me from point A to point B. I'm going to go with the most economical option. So don't mark up the prices at all. Uber makes money by marking up the fares. They make money by charging a premium on what you're paying the drivers.
Right.
And they have hundreds or thousands of employees to pay in the background. For what? It's unnecessary. Build a technology that runs itself. Autonomous. It's fully autonomous. It's automated. So you build a technology that does what it needs to do. Let everyone who participates in this choose what they're willing to share, what they're willing to do. Force them. The only way to transact inside of this technology is to first purchase a cryptocurrency that's native to your solution, like DriveCoin is to Around the Block.
That's how you make money.
As more people transact with a currency, as more people trade a currency that has a fixed volume, that has a fixed amount, like there will only be 20 million of these. More and more people start using it. What happens to the value? Demand increases.
Right.
the quantity stays the same. So that drives the price up. So now the developers hold on to, say, 10%. They hold on to 10% of these coins, these tokens, for themselves because they created the technology, they did the work, they turned it loose to the world. They gave it away. Now, if people see this as a viable option, if they start using this technology, if they start transacting, if they say, well, you know what, Uber's more expensive because Uber's charging a premium, so we actually save money by hiring people in around the block. So if they start using ATB or around the block for their ride sharing and their driving instead of Uber, now people start buying more DriveCoin. As people start buying DriveCoin, the value goes up, the developers get paid. They can sell off their DriveCoin and convert it to their local native currency or Bitcoin or whatever, whenever they want.
But the problem with this is a lot of the developers can be scammers.
So the problem with shit coins or altcoins in general is it's easy to scam people. Right. You know, you sell people, you put together a nice, pretty website, which there's thousands of templates available, Theme Forest. You change the logo, you put together a white paper selling the idea of what you're trying to do. And if it sounds good enough, there's enough money in crypto now where you can sucker a bunch of people into buying it.
How fucking stupid is the term white paper, by the way? Like, the fuck you couldn't call it, try to make it sound better than it really is. Oh, it's a white paper. What the fuck does that even mean?
Information on what the product is.
What is it, a business plan or something?
No, I mean, in a gist, it's more like a product plan. It's like what this product, the problem it solves,
right?
And and how we're going to do it.
Okay.
So if it's believable, people will buy it. But
white paper makes it sound more fancy, I guess.
Right. So and a lot of these coins, that's all they have. If you get in pre-sale though, like my friend Ian in Orlando gets in right when these ICOs, these initial coin offerings, launch and become publicly available at fractions of a penny. So for $5,000, you can buy 1 million of these things. So you buy 1 million coins and then they shoot up to 20 cents. You know, almost all of them are 100xing within a couple of years. So if you're liquid enough, if you have the access to the capital to actually be able to play, you really can't go wrong because even if you buy 20 of these, or say you buy 10 of these, and 9 of them end up tanking. All right, you put $5,000 into 10 of these tokens.
Yeah.
That's $50,000. You got 1 million of each of these tokens, and one of them hits $1. You just made $1 million on a $50,000 investment. $1 million.
Yeah, that's good. So is that what your friend did? How did he make $1 million bucks?
That's more than
he put $5,000 into.
He's basically just buying new tokens that he can purchase for a fraction of a penny. Looking for tokens that are so low but are promising enough. Like, I think his criteria, he actually found a listing on Reddit that shows like the criteria to kind of avoid bad investments. So he's also taking classes now on how to read the charts. He's getting more into trading, but it's unnecessary. That we were just talking about it the other day. It's totally unnecessary. You don't need to know how to trade. You just need to know how to set up an account at an exchange like Hotbit.
I have this wallet called Edge Wallet. Are you familiar with it?
I haven't used it, but
okay. I think there's a slew of different wallet apps that you can use, right?
And that's the thing. It's also difficult because certain wallets will only work with certain currencies. Certain exchanges will only transact with certain currencies. So you're pretty much forced to use like PancakeSwap or like 5 different exchanges just to be able to get access to all the tokens that you want to trade. You can't do it all in one place.